Hi, this is Daniel Cheng, and this is a video continuation of the Mech and Vehicle tutorial on what to do once you've take your orthographic view and brought it into a 3D program like SketchUp. And I'm looking at sort of my current, current configuration here where I've got like a cockpit that's kind of embedded into, some kind of a ship. And there are two ships that do this that kind of remind me of what I'm doing here. One is the Colonial Marines Aliens drop ship from the movie Aliens, where you got this cockpit over here, and you could see it's embedded into some geometry here. Here's like a couple of views. Oh shoot, it won't let me. Hmm. Let's see. Yeah, you could see how it's kind of integrated into that, and so that can help me come up with a way to kind of make this feel like it's in the same world. And then the other one is this ship called Ghost from Star Wars Rebels, and this ship is also uh, has like a cockpit that is embedded into um, some kind of geometry, sort of like shoulder pads almost, around it. So I'm just gonna think about that as I'm making, this thing kind of integrated. Um, so one of the ways to really help integrate some of this stuff is to, how like we've got all these stretchy textures. Well, we got to find like sort of an equivalent of textures. So what we can do is in materials here, click on this, and oh, I don't know. Let's find some. First off, let's find a metal that kind of reminds us of this kind of aluminum. Yeah, maybe that, you know. And so we could use that for sort of our light gray if we need to. And then let's find another texture for this kind of orangey kind of color. Let's see. Well, you don't want brick or anything like that, obviously. You want, sometimes it's okay to just pick a color, So I don't want to pick that same orange that I had before for the fire. So I need to make sure I pick like a different type of orange, and from there you can actually edit it to kind of match it closer if you wanted to. So you come back to here, choose this orange, and let's see here. I think you can edit it from here. Let's see. Yeah, edit material, and then you can just kind of change the color on the fly until it kind of matches. Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah. And yeah, so it's a little bit more like brown. Okay. So let's see here. Let's continue on. Maybe maybe this top half kind of continues this, right? So if you hit B, that's that paint bucket tool, and I'm still got this brownish orange selected. Yeah, over here, of course, we've got a little bit of weirdness here where, you know, if this was able to be lowered slightly, there we go. That helps that. And we need like a darker, not black, but kind of a dark gray-ish color. So let's find one. Go here. Let's go back to metal. Let's choose maybe that color. Oh, it's got stripes on it though. Let's choose a different color. It's like the same one. Yeah, choose that one. And then let's go back here and edit this material so it gets darker. Something like that-ish. Not bad. Let's go a little darker. Yeah, close enough. All right, cool. So now we know what to use when we need to fill in that darker color. Goes back to our bucket tool. And we could just kind of wait, hold on. Can I? Oh, I have to go in here. All right. So now go to the bucket tool and just kind of put that dark gray color on all the. Oh, we need another sort of separation here so that we get that light gray down here before it goes back to this dark gray. So let's color pick. Oh, and you can color pick by holding down Alt. And so I'm going to color pick that light gray in just like in Photoshop. Okay. See that? See the back here is pretty stretchy, so let's just use this light gray. And then once we get down here, it's this dark gray, so let's do that. Right? And yeah, let's just go dark gray all around the back. What's underneath? Some stretchy dark gray, so let's just do a general dark gray. That way we don't get those stretchy textures as much, you know? Same thing here, light gray up here. And then we could do the same thing for this side of this thing right here as well. Let's go with the whatever was that dark gray color, which I believe is this. We've got our orangey color here, and we could just do that. Light gray up here, and down here we could go, I don't know, let's go dark gray down here all the way around. Yeah, underneath, and then over here let's do a light gray. So there we go. We kind of colored it all the way around so that that cover, the whatever, the casing is all the way, you know, uh surrounded by that. Let's see, let's do this wing. So double click. Now for the wing, we need to draw in a couple lines, vertical ones. This is a very hacky way, but it works for what we need. And B, let's gonna choose this orange. It's like a dark orange, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to. It's alright. Where's the vertical? Come on, is that it? Oh, okay. And now let's go to this gray. Oh, wait, is that a dark gray? I wanted to choose like a lighter gray. There we go. Lighter gray for that pot. And then maybe a darker gray for the back. It's fine. Cool. Maybe a light gray back here. So this is how we handle the stretchiness of the stretchy textures. Light gray on this, whatever we got going on here. So it's gonna color pick all that and then just integrate it to all this. I mean, if you don't mind the stretchy textures, and later on you might want to use it to, I don't know, you're gonna paint over it already, maybe, but I kind of like to just, when I can, just make these fixes here right quick. Cool. And now that we've got that part kind of textured out, oh wait, this part stretched. Let's delete and just copy this and bring this in. Huh. It'd be embedded into each other, but it feels better as like a well, let's try it separate first, and then if they feel too close together, maybe. All right, so um, because there's a color change here, I always kind of imagine this top part being a bit a bit uh thicker, I guess, bit wider. So let's try that. Oh, I have to go into the thing to where we can edit it. And now let's, I kind of want it to be, see, it's a little bit tilted. All right, we'll let it tilt just like, and so yeah, I was thinking that the top part here could kind of stick out more, and that way this bottom part maybe can, be a little bit thinner. And let's also do that here as well. So this is the parts where it wasn't completely clear on our original drawings. But we can clarify it now, like here, right? So now this part in the middle, we might be able to turn this into some kind of a rail gun or a cool little cannon thing. Show you how to do that. Maybe we can like put in a notch right here and then push it all the way in like that. And then let's make like a, I don't know, like a half arc. Where's that arc tool? Let's go here, 2-point arc, and I'm just gonna embed it here. Make it a half circle for now, and then we could stretch it like sideways like that. Cool. So we can sink it in, and then let's color it that same color as the fire from the turbines. It'll glow this hot orange color. Cool. And then we can maybe offset the outside here now. And I want this to close off so that I could make a little cannon out of it. So just gonna push forward like that. It's kind of fun. Fun little cannon maybe. It's like you could see something glow maybe, you know. And then I don't know what this top part we could do with it. Oh yeah, we've got this cool little notch thing. So maybe if I drew like say a little shape around it, just making it up as we go, honestly. That's what I kind of like about this program is it allows me to kind of improv it. You can see I've got little button. Maybe it slides back and forth. That might be fun if it did that. Hmm. Let's see. Let's go a little further down. Yeah, like this. This there's a little notch thing. And we can pull it out a little bit. So now it's making a little bit of that. And we can push this part further in. You want this to feel kind of dangerous, so trying to think maybe like cobra fangs, right? Remember we had like kind of a snake thing going? Yeah, maybe. There we go. I don't know. Let's try it. You know, we could also, if we wanted to, we could also try to put those thrusters in here as now as a cannon. I don't know. Any case, I'm just indicating there's maybe some kind of a weapon. It makes sense for our stapler shape to actually be a thing then, you know, if that's the the case. So, I don't know. Yeah, let's try. Yeah, like maybe this part sticks all the way forward like that. Really make it like a railgun here. There. Colored it. Ka-chunk. And you could always mess around with this. Like, for example, it doesn't have to stick out that far. Or maybe it's this part that can stick out even further, maybe? I don't know. And then this part goes back in. There's all sorts of, possibilities here. Like we could give it like a cut there. And then, of course, we gotta come back and put that texture back on there. And then we move this back a little bit. And we can also, oh, come on, it needs to go up. Wanted it to kind of be on the same level as the landing gear back there. Might be just easier for me to put in a plane down there, but All right, back to the cockpit now. All right, as we had mentioned before, um, you know, oh, that weird piece of geometry sticking out of this. All right, let's delete that. Cool. All right, how do we integrate this into that? Well, now that we've got these textures, we can definitely make, say, the outside of this thing, you know, like some of the casing and these pieces this color. That's pretty cool. That got us part of the way there. And then we have what that aluminum color. So let's integrate that for some of these textures. Got our seat on the inside. Oh, I see. Maybe that thing's aluminum. This thing too. Let's see what else. I'm gonna make the interior of that also aluminum. Cool. And this thingy, I'm gonna make it aluminum, as well as some of these controls. Although we do have a darker color, maybe we could make that, say, the joystick, that, maybe the box around. Yeah. It's a little chunk, it's a little pixelated there, unfortunately. Hmm. Just make these things aluminum. Make some of these buttons that color. Now, we do have some glowy colors we can maybe integrate. So let's just pick a green, eerie green color, maybe. And make that kind of a greenish glow. And then we pick a different greenish glow. And make these all different colorish. Make that kind of this brownish color. Let's see, we got some lights. We got red, followed by some yellows. See how it's kind of fun just to. Oh wait, yeah, that just the screen part of it. Rest of it could be dark. This right here, could. These are like our sights, right? So let's just make it kind of a weird, eerie, techie color there. I'm just coming in, clicking on faces, and choosing a color that could correspond. And in general, you kind of just want to pick. It's almost arbitrary, you just got to make them different because I know on each one of these screens there's going to be a different type of texture that might show up, right? So, wait, not that. This one. Come on. There we go. So maybe not. We could try to find a different metal. Try a different metal. Not one that's so, yeah, like that, but then we make it darker. So come back here, colorize that texture to be kind of darker, and that way it's not so bleh, dirty, pixelated, that is, there. A little better. Cool. And we've got this cable thing here. And and we got some colors that we can use for some of these buttons. Just gonna randomly pick some colors. And that's yellow. It's kind of fun. Maybe a little red right there. Auga, red. Danger. And that way we can make these buttons glow as well later if we wanted to. It's kind of fun. Oh yeah, screens. Have a little screen there. Oh good, that thing's already green. So let's make this another color. Make it that turquoise. And then we got these buttons here that we can make into fun colors as well. These are all accent colors, by the way. Remember when I was talking about primary, secondary, and accent colors? These would be the accents. Just want that to be dark, dark, and then these are fun little readouts. And then whatever this screen is right here, gonna be maybe a repeat of our green. Cool. We could also do that here. See, let's see, our couch cushions, maybe not aluminum. Maybe let's find a different color, like a leather or something, fabric. Do we have like yeah, brown leather, something like that. We could change all these textures eventually if we wanted to. I just wanted us to get a sense of, you know. Ooh, also, I wanted these little notches to have glows too. So maybe green here and here as well. Just want it to be kind of creepy. And then the little spheres, we make that the whatever is that color. So it's very nice and colorful inside. But let's darken. I do want a contrast. I don't want everything to be gray on gray, and so maybe this darker color for these planes in here. Oh, I think this one needs to be orange on the side, but Yeah, there we go. Not too bad. Make that orange. And let's see here. Should I do like an orange stripe down the middle? That might be fun. Just gonna add this edge. And down this middle, we'll make this orange color. It's like a racing stripe or something. We could do it here too if we wanted to on this side plane. It's kind of neat. And it has a little style to it, you know, add a little style. Maybe this dark color for the corner there. And we can do the same up here. And then over here is orange. And the rest is that metallic-y. Ugh. I got stuck in the geo. How'd you get out? I'll show you. Just go to scenes. Remember we did this at the start. We had a cockpit that had like a camera added to it. So there we go. Oh, but we gotta hide our cross sections. Right click, hide. There we go. All right. It's not quite fully integrated yet, but it's getting there. It's pretty fun so far. Wait, hold on. This whatever this texture is bugging the heck out of me. Yeah. Well, first off, let's lower it. Give us some space. Okay, cool. All right. Now, we can actually take our geometry of the cockpit here and we can push pull on it like so until it kind of embeds better into the thing. And then you know how we have kind of like this orange that goes into a silver and goes into the black. Maybe we can put something on the base here. Like if I were to, yeah, take this geometry down here, I hope, wait, and duplicate it. And I'll make that black or the dark gray. Then when I push pull here and push pull again, now I can just move this move it back a little bit and maybe move it up. Something ish like that. We could also take this line, bring it up so it integrates better. And then last, we can just kind of take this part and I don't know, do we want to cut in or could? Yeah, we could cut it in. It's kind of fun. Let's continue that color. So I'm just trying to add, you know, make it feel like it's better integrated into this thing somehow. And not all weird and awkward like. Let's see, the back of this thing right here. It's kind of stretchy texture right now. Let's just make that flat. Same thing with the inside here. There's a little bit of flickering going on, and that's just because the geo is touching each other too much. So let's just move this forward slightly. Huh. There's something in here. It's like got two textures touching each other. I don't know what that is. It might be whatever that. I don't like it. Delete. No. It's something in there. It's like it's weird. Let's push this back if that does anything. No, it's in the thing. Huh, weird. Alright, not gonna let it bother me anymore. Okay, other things we can do. Like this part right here, we could actually. Well, we gotta go into the thing first. Could actually make it a vent. And so the way we do that is want to make sure we draw like a parallel line coming down. If we can't, oh, there we go. Ah, if we can't, we just duplicate that line. Pull it out about that far. And let's go with that light gray color underneath as well. And then this part right here could just be a hole or something. Okay. But you're like, how do I turn that into a hole? You can't pull a diagonal. That is correct. So I'm just gonna pull it out from there. You could always pull from the inside, like right there. And let's just make that dark geometry color, like there. All right. Notice how, because I made that thing into a component, now it's doing it to, to all of them. And then you can just delete from there. That's how you get to the inside. All right, so now I can put in little grates, little vent things if I wanted to. So the way you do that is just make a thing, make group, and make it whatever this grayish color is. And so let's say this is my first one. I'm gonna move it to about there. I duplicated it so that it goes from there to there, and then you can actually divide and like evenly space it out. The way you do that is with this um what do you call it? It's like a forward slash. It's right above the question mark, so you hit that button, divided by, and you can type in a number like 6 and then hit enter. And you see it just made a duplicate that's evenly spaced all across there. Um, and it even like did it on a diagonal like so. And so from here you can make it stick out a little bit or embed it in. But any case, now we've got cool little vents there. Fun. Now it does look a little silly being so cubish and so squared off. So I'm gonna maybe finesse it a little bit now. Uh, you can do it a few ways. Let me see. How would I do it? I could duplicate this and then shrink it down, and that basically creates like a bevel effect. See that? And then up and down. Just kind of, I don't know. It might be a little off, but kind of did. Of course, when you do that, you got to come back and retexture some of this stuff with the color picker. Unless if you like that. Nah, no. Let's just color pick it so that we get a nice something like that. So at least that puts in a straight bevel. You could also, if you wanted to, try to cut like a round bevel, but I don't know if I would recommend that. Try it on here, maybe. We could try it. It might not work out so well, but we could try it. And the way you do that is you make that arc about there, and you do that follow me tool again. It's a little tricky, so you gotta step back a bit. Go to the follow me tool right there. Ooh, you see how it went wrong already. So you definitely, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to retexture it. Not the worst thing to have to do, but you could see it. Ah, not bad, not terrible. It rounded it off, kind of, hopefully, without too much. Ah, right here. See how this. Oof. Okay. So the way you get by that is you triple click and you say intersect faces with selection, and then you come back and you erase out this stuff. It's just some extra geometry outside that you don't need anymore, like that. Oof. Yeah, that's some ugly geo there, but it's okay. And then yeah, let's wrap the orange around there. Yeah, let's just make the bottom of it. It's not the worst. But yeah, once you do that though, you really uh, can't like edit it that much more anymore. Um, but yeah, you could probably try to do the same thing here with I don't know. Let let's see how this goes. Oh shoot, it's all different. Nah. Well, can you? Hmm. Oh, I know how to do this. Do it from the top. So you go like this, super thin, and then you duplicate up, right? And then you shrink the thing up top this way. Oh wait, maybe one direction? Yeah. And then you can shrink it that way too. It does create some pretty broken ass geo, but you know, at least it gives you sort of a more aerodynamic wing. And let's see, could round out this corner if I want. Yeah, follow me just to there, I guess. I don't know. You're like, follow me? Where? Ah, that wasn't terrible. Oh yeah, this top plane needs to get some textures added so it's not so stretchy. Cool. And then this part, let's get, or, or actually, yeah, just, I don't know, it might be a little obvious what's happening there. I don't know. What would happen if I were to push this all the way? Again, not the worst thing. Not the worst thing. Whoa. I gotta close off this dark area on the bottom, but I could shrink it down some more independent of that. And that way this looks like it rounds out a little better. And we can make it go on a diagonal like so. Could even push it further back as well. But yeah, I mean, we've got some of this stuff here, and it's kind of fun, to be honest. Um, it's a weird shape. You know, the more I look at it, I'm like, okay, so let's make some variants now. Variants? What do you mean? Well, well, first off, let's hide this guy or group it, and we could even delete it at this point. Whoa, look at the thingy we made. Delete that. All right, cool. So let's make some variants. The cockpit, we just duplicate. Or actually, let's just grab the whole dang thing and duplicate the move. All right. Well, the problem now is whenever I make any changes here, it'll do it to everything. So that's not giving me a variant that's different, right? So what you need to do is, well, first off, delete this side. And then off of this side, uh, it's a component, but you want to make it unique. And that makes it so that this component is now independent of the first ship. And I could show you, I could prove it. See, now when I edit this, it won't edit that. Meaning I could change up the wings or something, you know. Let's say, for example, if I wanted the wings to be much larger, we can. And let's say we wanted it to have a cool little angle to it. We can do that as well. And would want it to maybe embed into the darker area here and then push it back. That gives us some of that drop ship vibe as well, right? So that's one variant we can make off of it. We could even, I don't know, grab some of this stuff here. Just gonna try to make this. I'm gonna group that. And we're just gonna make those bigger. If we make that bigger, maybe. I mean, at some point it starts looking ridiculous, but you gotta push it. Sometimes you gotta push it so that the design, you go silly and then you pull back. You know, that's all right. So there's a version there, right? Where now the wings are more angled, right? Like so, and then we've got our thrusters enlarged, right? And then oh, I don't know, maybe on this version too, like this part goes way in, and so is that. And then we just start discovering stuff about our, you know, about the geometry here. This part seems kind of broke, but eh. uh, all right, so maybe this doesn't go all the way in, just gets flush maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the point being that now I can make changes to this ship that don't occur in the other ship, so that like maybe I want this to be a ramp like that, right? And I don't know, maybe this whole part here raises up. What's cool is it's symmetrical, right? So it kind of allows us to make it feel like we know what we're doing. I'm gonna push this back. You could tweak like this all day long. Invent, have fun. This is the part where you just kind of play with it until it breaks, and then you pull it back afterwards. You're like, but aren't we supposed to follow? Well, you might want to, argue like, yes, we're supposed to follow the concept, right? But what if we're still the concept artists and we've never gotten out of the concept phase? Meaning this is still concept geo. Meaning, we're still designing, and these variants are part of the concept process. That's kind of what I'm proposing here. And this is why it's also nice to provide some variants, if that's the case. Oh, and of course our landing gears can't be floating anymore, right? So I don't know what to do with that. I guess what we could do here is just maybe draw a cube. And pull it forward. And then drop it until it kind of is there. And then we could maybe pull this. If I could choose that. Yes. Pull. Ugh. Oh, that show is broken. Ooh, we didn't like that. Let's see, what do we do? Draw a line right here. Now push this. Pull this forward. I don't know. I'm just playing. Some people are very uncomfortable with this process, right? Where it's like, oh, I'm afraid I'm doing it wrong. Well, part of the secret is to kind of, you know that there isn't really a wrong as long as it looks cool. So I kind of want to cut this part back out. I'm just trying to integrate the landing gear a little better. Oh, shoot. Need to go back here. Sometimes you'll make a line and it's outside the group, and then you're like, why isn't it selecting the thingy? Yeah, that's why. All right, so design 1, design 2. This second design's a little silly, gotta admit. I think it's because this stuff here now looks massive, so I think what we need to do is shrink this a little bit. embed it further in and duplicate it so that something like that. Delete, delete, delete. Now the scale looks a little better, I think. Yeah, it's just a bigger vent, but the little cooling fins there haven't also gotten bigger, right? Cool. All right, let's do another variant. So let's choose this and duplicate it again. I'm just gonna delete one side of it, make this unique, and then duplicate the unique version, flip it so, until it gets to about -1 right there. And then snap it back. Let's see. Oh, it's kind of offset. Snap. Come on. That vertex needs to touch that vertex. Ooh, it's not liking it. There. All right. So now we can play. And it'll do stuff to this one that it won't to the other. So one other idea I had was what if we took this wing and we rotated it around. What do you mean, Dan? Well, what if we flipped it going that way? And that reminds me of uh like a Klingon ship or something. They got ones that still want these pointy things to be in front, right? So I want to make these wings massive. So now it just kind of, it's more like I don't know, like a vulture or something. And instead of the wings pointing up, maybe they can point down like they're heavy. Like that. And then what we can do is we can take all this geometry down here and just shrink it like that. I know I broke some stuff there, but it's fine. We'll fix it. But now we have a sleeker ship. Oh, shoot. I need to integrate. Or I need to include these. And then group. And move it up. Like that. Yeah, maybe this one doesn't have the thruster on the bottom. Because I'm trying to make this one a bit svelte, sleeker. More like a faster, like a jet versus like a cargo thing, which is kind of the vibes the previous one was getting me. More like a troop carrier was the vibe of the other one. Eh, that could work. I mean, there are some problems, obviously. Um, in this instance, those fins would not be in the right places, but we can always fix that, like if we painted it, you know? But I just wanted to show you how you can actually take the same design and get all sorts of variants off of it um, in geometry form, right? And that way you can actually you know show this to say like an art director, and then they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, they're all cool. Which one do I pick?" That's the reaction you want to get, right? Um, So there you go. We've got our character. Oh shoot, that's right. We had to fix this. Oh yeah, let's fix it. So this way we still gotta like yeah, you know, it's totally embedded in there right now. So gotta get it all the way down. Uh maybe get rid of that. Oh, you wanna fill that in. There, just make sure that the cockpit feels, like somebody could fit in there. I still got that weird whatever Z fighting thing happening with the texture, but there, at least my character here, you know, feels like they're integrated in the thing. And there's definitely more you can do, spend more time on it, but I just wanted us to kind of have fun, create some cool looking ships. You know, again, this was based off of a stapler. How 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 not well, these are very staplery, but this last one here totally doesn't think stapler, right? But yeah, we've got these cool thrusters and you know uh, on here, and these are kind of the identifiable things that I was talking about: a cockpit, the wings, the landing gear, the little thrusters, and pretty soon you got a spaceship. All right. Well, thanks everyone. I hope you have fun making this stuff. Save out, yes, and purge all, and then what I want is for you all to make some variations based off of your geometry, kind of like how I did here. Play around, change up the wing size, the size of the turbines, the angles of the wings if you wanted to, and just give me screenshots. Give me like, give me three different variants in geometry form and take some screenshots of each one of them so that we can kind of take a look like, oh wow, out of that one design, we got you know, two other ones. And in this instance, I think this one's the winner. This one's the winner, I think. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I like it. All right. Thanks, everyone.